is Spiffy Guy, and I'm out here for another adventure. You can see at the sign behind me that we're at St Francois, whatever his name is, State Park. We're gonna do a couple of trails here. As you can see by the color of my hat and shirt, it is the season where people get out and shoot folks. So I need to be safe. It's pretty windy. It's about 32 degrees, and luckily the rain is turning to snow. So it's pretty miserable conditions, but we're gonna head on in the bush anyway. Let's get going. So this is the creek I don't know the name of, but for the most part, the trail follows this creek along. There's a little split off right there. Brings you up to this. It's pretty neat how it all, how it's all washed out, you know, underneath there. It's been raining real heavy since yesterday, so I suppose that the water is going to be a bit foul with sediment. Although some of these places are spring fed, so I might luck out. The sun, though, is trying to peek through. You can see that, and but right along this this ridge that you follow, some pretty awesome rock structures. And a nice little sort of staircase back there of roots and trees that they've put in. This particular trail is blazed blue with the little metal blue hiker signs. And there is a backpacker campground or campsite on the Pike Run Trail, which we'll check out later. That's where I'm planning on staying tonight. It's supposed to get down to 20 degrees. So it's going to be a chilly day, that's for sure. Wet and miserable. But it's important to get out in these conditions and do a little bit of practice. I won't be that far from the car. Should I need to bail, which I doubt I will, because I brought a bunch of extra stuff, which I will show you later. So in the meantime, I'm going to walk along this nice rocky path and try not to die. Alright, sorry about the wind noise. Here's one of your overlooks. I don't know if you can see the snow going light speed into the wind. It's pretty windy. It's starting to pick back up, as you can tell. The tread on the Moonshiner Trail is pretty easy to follow. Even here in the winter, it's pretty the tread is pretty trodden on, if that's a word, I don't know. But it is significantly marked. And when there is a turn, they're going to put that arrow up there. And then they're also going to put additional signage, just in case the first ones weren't clear. You would have additional signing to let you know which direction to go. Wow, somebody went sign happy right here. I'm wondering if there has been some confusion in the past. But you can see, whoa, that rock moved. Imminent death avoided. They've got lots of signage. So, here you go. I think I see a path on the other side. So I'm wondering if it just kind of goes up and loops around on the other side of the creek. I'm not sure. I went up to the park office to see, just check in and see if there's any like closures. Because some of these places will have trail closures due to, the rivers and stuff getting overflown. There's a lot of flash flooding that goes on around these parts. And obviously being this close to a creek, it's probably not someplace you want to be. But the park office was closed. They had no maps out front. So I may try to hit the park office again after the next trail, which is the Swimming Deer Trail. I believe Swimming Deer, I think that's it. But we shall see. We gotta cross the creek though. Signage. Cross the creek. Don't go that way. That's the deer trail. Alright, so you can see behind me we got a little bit of a overlook. Not too much. The snow has turned into little ice pellets. It actually works out. They don't stick to the wind shirt that I'm wearing, and they just kind of roll right off. But if you get hot with a wind shirt, you can always just roll the sleeves up, like I did. And all I have on underneath this is just a little quarter zip, thin merino wool base layer, and then the orange t-shirt, which is a nylon. So that way I don't get too hot. I'm a little sweaty, but I know they say you sweat, you die when it's cold. But I'm not too worried about it because I have spare clothes in my pack. There you go, fire starting material. It's a little wet now, but if you gathered it, stuck it in your pocket, by the time you were ready to make a fire, it would be dry. So right there is the creek, and then over there is the little staircase. There's a couple folks coming in. They look like they're having some issues on the staircase. Hopefully they're prepared. In the winter though, if you come through here, there's going to be a lot of this seep action going on. These rocks are really slippery, and I can imagine that they'll get just a sheet of ice in the winter. It's still sleeting, snowing, whatever it's doing. There's a lot of cool things on this trail. Check out this massive overhang. It's like a little trail going up here. Let's go check it out. This is pretty cool. It's pretty large overhang. You could get out of the weather. This big old bundle of sticks up there. I wonder if something made a house, or somebody had the foresight to store wood. This would be the place that you'd want to be though. Whether you I don't know if you'd want to camp underneath here or not. I'd be worried about getting a fire, heating that rock too much up and having it fall on you. But you could definitely get out of the weather in here, and you could even get water dripping. There you go, there's your water right through here. Well, the spring comes down, drips off there if it was raining pretty hard. Very neat. Cool rocks, big old garden of boulders. Alright, so we're coming out on the opposite side of the parking lot, and that is the end of the Moon Shiners Trail. I think it took about maybe an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. So what we'll do is we're going to drive over to the Swimming Deer Trail, I think it is, and then we'll hike that one. I don't remember how long that one is. I think that one's like 4.5 miles. This one I think was only 3. And then we'll, depending upon the time, we'll hike in and either camp at the Pikes Run, or we'll hike part of the loop and then get to the campground. We'll just see, you know, how the daylight goes. We've got about, I think, about 4.5 hours or so till sunset. So, you know, not a whole lot of light left. So there's no reason to push it. I've got multiple days out here. My plan is to hit a lot of these state parks and areas where there's no hunting, because we're currently in deer season. And so I'm trying to string together some longer hikes. So that was trail number 1 down.